Wow, everything is red. For the seventh time now since last week, markets are going down. And lately today, crypto also crashed. So what the heck is happening? Well, I explained that in, to the last video I posted today. But for those who missed that, I believe what is happening may be really, really big for AMC stock, because when things are going bad, when there is bluff on the market, when things are going down and down and down in some of the market pockets, some of the stocks, some of the sectors that are hugely held by the same hedge funds that are shorting AMC stock, that's how you say, you know what? Actually, I will take it. I will take it, because if that is going to trigger them in covering and getting out of the play, then that's what I want, right? There is a mix of catalysts in this play, but we also know that market crashing is definitely one of those, and one of the top three, if you ask me. So let's just look at what is happening here, especially after today. We have the Dow Jones down, but if you look at where we are right now, this is really going back to where we were standing on October. Yeah, exactly. At the beginning of October. Yes, basically at the beginning of October. So it means literally everything that started the gains, all the gains that we had here, all these, huge gains, the rally from the last quarter of 2021, it's now gone. But if you take the NASDAQ, more importantly, the NASDAQ, man, this is big. The NASDAQ lost 13% since the beginning of the year. But if you look at these levels, we are literally going back down to where we were in June of 2021, like mid-year last year. So what does it have to do with AMC? Well, bunch of these short sellers, bunch of these, companies shorting AMC have a lot of positions into this sector. So they're not losing money on the fees they are paying to sustain the short positions, which, by the way, is going to significantly increase by the coming weeks, because the Fed is meeting next week to discuss exactly, okay, what's the timeline? Now that we told the market and investors that you're going to increase interest rates to fight inflation, tell us exactly when that is going to start, or how many times are you also going to increase the rate? So they're looking at the double-edged sword here. First of all, they're losing a ton of money in the value of the positions, meaning Uncle March may not be far away. The margin calls, because when you are losing money, especially being highly leveraged, think about it. In order to short all these stocks, they had to go really, really high on the leverage, borrowing money because it needed to fabricate all those fake shares in terms of billions to have a lot of money, which they didn't have on hand. But when you also look at some of these stocks, some of these hedge funds returning money to the clients, closing doors because they are not making money. They use the client's money to do whatever, they thought was going to be the right strategy, the right way of making money, but it didn't work out for them. So they're also losing money on that. But when you look at such a down, plus the margins that are possibly being, at the corner here, and you look at the interest rates, especially after the Fed meeting next week, when as I mentioned earlier, you cannot help but think that maybe this might start triggering some of these little hedge funds like back on the door. Like, I can't sustain this. I can't take it anymore, but get out of this play. Look at crypto. They love crypto as well. Look, everything is down double digits today. Bitcoin at 36K, incredible. Ethereum below 2700s, incredible. And this is not a flash crash. Just to say that when it comes to everything that is going on the market now, and you go back to AMC, well, there is that correlation. When everything else crashes down, it pushes them into a corner where the collateral is not working anymore, especially when you look at what Evergrande is doing also. So the double-edged sword may now be actually starting to make more sense than it did a couple of weeks, couple of months ago, and triggering potentially that place that they don't want to go, because it's too late now. It's too late. Where are you going to turn? It's going to cost you more money to borrow money. It's going to cost you more money to sustain this position. So what are you going to do? The only choice you have is to cover. And that's why, I think we need to actually monitor closely, because I wouldn't be surprised if the next coming weeks we see a sharp reversal. But you never know. With AMC, with the market, you cannot just predict, because I'm just a random guy making videos on YouTube.